Hey guys, so here I am at the end of a workout, and I was going to go on a long tangent, but I really am running out of time to do it. So I'm just going to do a quick video on ketogenic diet principles. Really simple, the ABC on how to keto adapt. I've said it so many times in other videos, but I'll just go straight to the point. You want to drive your carbs real low. Why? Because to get your body to break down body fat and use it for brain fuel, you have to cut your carbs down, because carbs are like rocket fuel. Now that sounds cool, but it's actually not, because they go zing up and they crash. So a lot of people are discovering ketogenesis, and they're trying to understand how the darn thing works, because it's not easy. A lot of people try it and fail, and that's why people are starting to come to me. But the point is that you've got to drive your carbs down low and deplete, oddly enough, your glycogen storages so you can start to tap into your body fat. Well, a lot of people think that they're doing that already when they go work out, but really, because their brain is so glucose dependent, that once they go work out fasted on an empty stomach and they deplete their glycogen, they immediately start to burn amino acids. And that's the whole bodybuilder, like, I don't want to burn amino acids, I want to keep my muscle, I just want to get lean and ripped. So if you have efficient fat cells, right, where you eat calories and they go into your fat cells and your body releases them, gluconeogenesis, back into the bloodstream and uses it as energy for the Krebs cycle, that's so rare. It's like a certain demographic, women, very fit women, and young fit males, and of course older males as well who are fit, but basically fit people can fit into this into this category of being able to really use glucose and be fine with it. Yeah, their metabolism is right, and it's good. But most people don't have a good metabolism. It's deranged and it's broken. So I keto coach, and I've coached over 200 people, and a lot of people are metabolically damaged. The very classic thing that I notice with most people is that they have a thyroid disorder. And you know, because they'll complain about thinning hair. Men will complain about that they can't hold a woody. Women will talk about big pear shape below, which is very much indicative of estrogen dominance. Estrogen makes a woman very soft and round and womanly, so you can just pretty much go, you know, it could be a clogged liver of estrogen. But here we go. So basically, I gotta keep track on the time here. Look at shoes behind me. You want to drive your carbs down, deplete, and then as soon as you go into the depletion mode, you feel like crap, because your brain's like, hello, where's my carbohydrates? It's like, yo, where's my carbs? And that's when a lot of people go through a thing called the keto flu, which is their brain desperately wanting back to refuel the glycogen storages, and often you'll go into gluconeogenesis of amino acids from the muscle, and it'll break down the amino acids to raise blood sugar back up, and we don't want that. So eventually the brain kind of gives up the fight and it starts to burn fat, but to actually stimulate that, to get it to want to burn fat faster, you have to eat fat, because it stimulates the brain that there is no famine. Because remember, if carbohydrates is the brain's primary source of energy and you cut it out, the very first thing our primal mind or body feels is that it's starving, which means slow the metabolism down, crank it way, way, way down, don't move, conserve energy so you don't burn up your organs and like become catabolic essentially. So to get that to not happen, you got to eat a lot of fat, eat fat, eat fat, eat fat. And then that tells the brain, hey, there's another fuel source coming in, so there is no starvation. And it'll actually start to, what should I do? Should I go over to this fat stuff? Well, if there's no more glycogen and there's no more carbohydrates coming in, the brain kind of gives up the battle of trying to raise blood sugar back up, because you can put sugar in your body without eating 1 gram of a carb. This is why people who've got thyroid disease, who potentially need glucose for the red blood cells, can create that effect that they need without eating a carb through gluconeogenesis when it's done properly. But I digress, as I always do. So basically, you guys, you want to eat a lot of fat, and people often say, oh, well, how much fat? Well, it doesn't matter how much fat. It matters what kind of fat, the timing of the fat, and how active you are. That's what matters. But basically, without giving a number of the grams, just eat as much fat as possible. Yeah, don't eat French fries, don't eat trans fats. So there you go. Eat fat. The brain starts to be like, I'm starving, I'm starving. So it's like a little brat. It's, yeah, I want my carbs. It'll do anything. And some people just don't adapt. It's like their body starts creating a stressful environment. Cortisol starts to be produced, and now blood sugar starts to rise again, and they haven't even eaten any carbohydrates. And if you have glucose hanging around in the blood, you ain't gonna adapt, because that's its crack. It's like crack or rocks. Those are heroin, whatever it is. That's its addictive drug. So you gotta just be strong, and in my case, yellow knuckle it, because I'm not white. You gotta yellow knuckle it and like just bear with it, and soon you will adapt. The reason, so basically, oh yeah, of course, a major concept is that you can't have your proteins too high, because what your body can't use, I mean, contrary to the bodybuilder community of guys just wanting to get super big, you can't use up all that protein. Yeah? You're not 200-300 pound monster muscle doing, you know, stuff. If you're just the average Joe, you can't utilize all that protein. If you're not a super mega athlete, then you've got to be careful the amount of protein that you take in, even if you're not in ketosis, period. I mean, your body can only break down, metabolize, and use the amino acids within a window of time. It doesn't just use it every time you take a protein shake, because a lot of that spillover is going to convert right back into glucose, and it's going to stuff your fat cells. Yeah, for the average Joe. So here we go. We want to drive down our carbohydrates. We want to deplete our glycogen storages. We want to up our fats. We want to have very, and I mean critically very moderate protein. And protein is not one size fits all. So don't ask me how much protein. It depends on the individual. So I can't spit out a number. I can't even, people are like, how much protein do you eat? I'm like, I'm so highly keto adapted. My brain is like, good. Now, my protein demand might be higher than someone who doesn't move at all, clearly, because I'm in the gym for 3 hours. But with that said, because I'm so highly adapted, the protein demand really now, after so many years of doing this, is at I take it down to the lowest point, but still I'm able to build friggin' muscle. And I'm a small girl, and I've built some muscle being in ketosis. My pump came back. Yes, your body is always trying to find a way to balance itself. So in the beginning, your pump goes away, and then boom, it comes back. I mean, my pump is pumpalicious. I am, I'm right with the pump. And you will be too over time. So basically, that's it, you guys. It's take down your carbs low enough to deplete, but enough vegetable carbs from cruciferous vegetables to get enough prebiotic fiber so your body can, the probiotic that you take in can feed on the prebiotic. You need that for your immune system. If your body's out of whack, if you've got, and I mean, there's a big difference between somebody who's metabolically okay and good and somebody who's metabolically broken. Like, it's like two different species of human when it comes to your metabolism. There is no one-size thermodynamics, you know, calories in, calories out, a bunch of BS. It doesn't work like that. If your thyroid's screwed up and you've been dieting all your life, and all of a sudden you hit that wall, you can't drop weight, you eat a grape and get fat, it doesn't matter. Like, it totally depends on the quality of your adrenal glands, period. Your hypothalamus, the state of your thyroid, and your sex hormones. All of these things are indicative of your macros to try to do the ketogenic diet. And for those who've got thyroid disorder, yeah, I have a strict protocol how to get you into ketosis without putting more stress on the thyroid. And yes, you can do ketosis or enter ketosis if you've got thyroid disease. It's just you have to be very, very disciplined, like a champion, on all the things that you have to do. It's like you've got to change your mind, to change your behavior. Stop staying up late, because if you stay up late, you're not going to adapt very well. Even if you, and forget the keto strips that you pee on, that's the stuff that you're urinating out. That's not saying what's going into the darn cell. So that's it, you guys. Those are my ketogenic principles. People do this because you have energy all day long. Your body has 40,000 kilocalories of energy to feed. Like, it's like a restaurant around your belly if you're not hungry, and there is no dips in energy because you're not breaking down protein. You're anabolic all the time. That's why I gained so much muscle in 1 year at the age of 46 with a freaking busted knee. Yeah, that's the reason why you guys don't see me do leg exercises or plyometrics. I can't do any of it. I just can't. Pro skater knacked and busted the old knee. So the ketosis is so great for my mental health. Your mental clarity improves exponentially. Your all the issues that you have: skin, PCOS, cancer, people who've got ADD, autism in children, all of these things. When kids aren't reliant on that 4 grams of glucose because they're always spilling over, the body's overworking to deal with all this processed carbohydrate that our brains become so addicted to. So if you've got 2 fuel sources coming in the body, carbs and fat, it's always going to go to the carbohydrate, the glucose. Okay guys, those are my simple, I know I'm super redundant, but I'm still getting those basic questions. And if you want to learn more how to keto adapt, because it's not easy. Yeah, you got to get right with everything. You got to understand your cortisol levels, your sleep, the blue light, how much blue light exposure are you getting, what kind of light do you have at night, how much stress. If you got to know about the bacteria in your gut, yeah, that's super important. Yeah, super important. And just all environmental toxins. Do you have amalgam fillings in your mouth? Do you? You know, are you eating a bunch of tuna with a bunch of metal? Do you have any cadmium in your body, in your cells? Like, you might want to do heavy metal detox. You might want to unclog your liver. You definitely want to declog the colon, because if these things, like, your body's constantly having to battle with all this crap in your body, and then you're like forcing a primal existence that it's not used to, and it's really, really stressed out. When it's stressed, it produces sugar, and sugar does what? Pop you out of ketosis, give you blood sugar dysregulation, and create all the problems like depression because you have low serotonin, the cancer, the everything, the fibroids in women who've got endometriosis, and all this weird stuff that people have. Okay guys, that's it. If you want to learn more about the ketogenic diet, because of course I can't say it in one stupid video at the gym, you can go to stephanieperson.com or Stephanie the Business Person. That's my Facebook fan page, and of course I'm trying to do the Twitter and the Instagram, but it's so hard because, you know, I get so many people asking questions, but I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. And that's it. This is my life. Whew. It's time to go on home. Booyah! Yeah!